Dialogue. 100% empathy. I guess they're leaving up a couple of tents here. Um, this was, I mean, I'm sure it's not anymore, but before everybody started clearing out, this was the largest Occupy left in the country. Um, there were a lot of tents here. This is the empathy tent, which is pretty awesome. Space reserved for empathy and emotional healing. I'm here to listen.
This is the info about the empathy tent.
Oh,
We got a space for that.
sweet.
Just all the stuff we've been doing here, creating a space for empathic listening, for...
Can I put you on Ustream?
Sure.
Right on. What's your name, sir?
My name's Edwin Rutsch from the Center for Building a Culture of Empathy.
Cool. And so talk to us about your empathy tent. How long has it been out here?
The tent's been up about 5 days, and you can see we're having a little ceremony here. And it's been a place for people, for a space for empathic listening, where people could come to be heard. And there's a lot of people who are in distress, young people who are, on the road and they don't have anyone. They would come and they would just sit and talk and be heard. And we also had some empathy circles, so kind of circle process for people to get together and just kind of share what was important to them. And we were also asking people about their values, what their most important values were. And we had some drawings, and they would draw. And we had the whole tent full of people's most important values, because that's what we wanted to actually make the space for and to hear. And actually, I'll ask you, what's your name?
I'm Spencer.
Spencer. And Spencer, what's your most important value?
Wow. I would say, as far as the Occupy Wall Street movement is concerned,
in your life, like in your life,
probably right now in my life, my most important value is nonviolence.
Oh, nonviolence. Okay. So,
absolutely.
So just not doing violence to people.
Unto others, or to yeah. I mean, there's a large debate going on within the community about nonviolence versus diversity of tactics and things like that. And yeah, I mean, I'm nonviolence, and talking about nonviolence is probably the most important value that I discuss in my life at this point in time. I mean, I think people's values change throughout, it change and are altered throughout their life. Hey, how you doing? They're doing Hanukkah. I will definitely in a little bit.
Yeah. So it's like at this point though in your life, it's like the nonviolence is really what's important to you, and what you're kind of questioning and asking questions about and looking into. And
absolutely. I mean, nonviolence, transparency, all real important to me.
I'd just like to read you this one quote. This is by Johan Galtung, he's Norwegian. He's one of the founders of the peace and conflict study programs, like in the universities, like Cal here has peace and conflict studies. And he says, by peace we mean the capacity to transform conflicts with empathy, without violence, and creativity, a never-ending process. So I think that kind of addresses maybe what you're talking about, is that the empathy and the nonviolence kind of go hand in hand in addressing the conflicts that we see here and in society. And that's really what the empathy tent is about. The empathy tent is about transforming society so we have actually a culture of empathy and compassion. Transform the government, transform the education, transform the justice, transform the military, transform corporations, and make them cultures of empathy and compassion instead of maybe fear, greed, alienation, and all these other values that have kind of gotten us into this mess that we're in right now.
Cool. So what are your intentions when BPD arrives?
Well, I would actually leave it up. It's not. I don't know if they're actually going to be coming. We already had some people who were kind of like good scavengers, or kind of already grabbing stuff, and they were already had the tent like halfway down. So that's kind of what I'm a little bit afraid of, is people like that might come and kind of take it down. So we left. I saw you were videotaping our sign, so we left that. We left some reserve space for empathy tent. And I'll probably take it down and then come back tomorrow and set it up again. It's not they don't keep us from doing it.
So you know, you've been here. You've been at Occupy Berkeley for 5 days, or you've been here longer?
The camp. I've been doing stuff over in Oakland.
Okay.
And,
okay.
You know, it's kind of a little part of the interfaith tent there. And
were you a part of the interfaith community when they all did a little interfaith circle during the second raid when they all got arrested, whatnot?
I was with Mutima Imani. She actually held a empathy circle there and invited the mayor, Jean Kwan, to come down and to actually, you know, talk with some of the community and occupiers. She didn't come, but she sent, actually 4 staffers came. We had an empathy circle, and one of the staffers said, "Hey, this is the first time in 2 months that we've talked to the Occupy movement, you know." So,
which is unfortunate.
Yeah,
it's highly unfortunate.
They could have come down, just like now. They could have come down. Like, we're really creating a space here that, you know, the police could come down, you know, the police chief, the mayor, the council, and actually sit in a circle with Occupy members, and that we kind of hold the circle and actually hear that all sides, you know, could really hear each other. That the mayor could say what's important, you know, and for them, for the city, and what's important for the police, and what's important for the occupiers, and really have dialogue and create a kind of more of an empathic connection, and do things, because there's a lot of need here, you know, to create, do something really for the needs of the people, you know, just even having the whole camp covered with empathy tents where there's just ongoing dialogue between people. So that would have been my vision, and, you know, I still hold that, and we'll see kind of what happens. I got to keep working towards that.
Right on. Right on. Well, thank you for talking with us. I greatly appreciate it, and we'll go see what they're doing in the empathy tent here. Hey, do you guys mind if we put you guys on Ustream?
Fine.
All right. Right on.
We came to start Hanukkah with the world. We earned it.
So they're celebrating Hanukkah in the empathy tent. TRWS, I see what you're saying. What are you doing as far as call settings? I'm not on my phone. I'm on a third device, so we won't have any interruptions. If we do, it won't be from those that are trying to interrupt me. At least it'll probably just be a call to Bo, whose phone we're using. So yeah. So they're spinning. I believe they're spinning dreidels, and it's kind of celebrating the evening. Can you explain? I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming. I'm assuming. There we go. I don't. You know. I mean, can you explain to me what's going on right here? Again, for those of you watching.
Okay, so here we go. So I'm spinning, I don't know what I'm spinning, but I'm going to go for it. We're going to tell you.
It's a very innocent game played by all Jewish kids on Hanukkah.
Actually, it's fun. That's more. Well, you know, the sad thing is I'm actually Jewish. I haven't heard of it till now. I'm not my fingers.
So we'll stand back a little bit and watch their activities, and just I'll kind of talk to you guys in the social stream. You know, again, we have, as part of the Occupy movement, we have in Oakland we have like an interfaith circle. In Berkeley here they have an empathy tent, it appears, and you know, I'm sure there's definitely members of the interfaith community here as well. You know, we respect all faiths, and those you know, those who choose not to practice organized religion as well. So you know, it's a very open community in that regard, and I would imagine Berkeley is, though I haven't spent very much time here recently especially, I would imagine Berkeley is very much the same. Let's see here. So thank you guys for watching, by the way. We're just here. I'll just go ahead and give you guys a quick turnabout here. We're just waiting for the inevitable here. We don't know if it's going to happen tonight, but just waiting on a raid, possibly. Maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow meaning in the AM.
See the world through other people's eyes. Now, empathy is a quality of character that can change the world.